let's have a look at this. Right hamstring tightness. So basketball or footy, what makes it worse?
The footy's a lot more running, always running.
Right, okay, all right. So you just got general tightness in your hamstring,
Yep.
and then obviously a little bit of calf stuff as well, yep. Right. Hips, not too bad.
A little bit.
Right, let's. So your external's good. A little bit tight on end range, maybe a little bit through there. Hamstring wise, just tell me when you just start to feel.
I feel it.
Right, already. And you're feeling it all the way through the hamstring? Right, so in the back here or here?
Sort of there, but I also feel it.
Right, okay. And if I go up a little bit more? Yeah, that's even more, is it? So you're not even getting to 70. That's pretty tight. All right, let's see this way. Once again, tell me when you start to. Yeah. Righto. That's pretty tight, mate. Right, let's just check this one. Good. Better than the other one. Yeah, external's good. Right. Same again. Pretty much the same. Yep, righto. Okay. We've already checked your back and everything like that, so your pelvis is okay. Let's get your spin over. I'm going to work that right one first.
Yep.
Stick your head in the hole. So we were going to needle, but we're not now. Primarily because Bo has never had any needling before. Lift your knees, mate. I mean your feet down. And I don't want to upset him if he's not had it before. So he's got general tightness in his hamstrings. The right is the worst. I'm going to show you my approach to offloading that. There's a little bit in the hip, but not a huge amount that's influencing it as far as I'm concerned. And it's all overload stuff. So he's playing basketball, footy. What else are you doing? Sports at school, running. Right. So how long have they been tight for, would you say? It's a big job. Years they've been tight, mate. Okay. I mean, I can already feel the tone in your hamstrings. Like it's on. So what I do with a lot of hamstrings that are tight like this, I actually don't work up the hamstring, I work down it. I know it's going to do everyone's head in, but this is my favourite way of working a hamstring. So we'll just do some general effleurage stuff first. And then what I'm going to get you to do, you just tell me how you go with that pressure bow. All right. That okay? That's good. So we're just going to work through. So the pressure is broad all the way through the hamstring. So I'm not focusing on his medial or his lateral. It's all general hypertonicity in all of the hamstring group. Right, that's good. That pressure's still okay. So I'm not relying, definitely not relying on my fingers or my thumb for this. Leave them out of the picture. It's a big muscle, so we don't need to be working using thumbs. All right, here you go in there with that pressure still okay? Okay, all right, let's just get a little bit of passive stuff. So all I need you to do is just relax, all right? And I'm gonna move your hamstrings, all right? So I'm gonna start on the lateral. So bring up, a bit of passive, it relaxes off the hamstring. I can engage into that subtle lateral biceps fem. Just a little bit of range. That's all we need. Pressure still all right, mate? No focal areas of tenderness. It's just all pretty generally tight. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit more on the medial. So just in between the medial and the lateral. So we sort of split that septum. So it probably gets a little bit tight about there. Bo? Yep, you can feel that. All right, that's where your tightness is coming from, mate. I can guarantee you. A little bit of work through there. Yep. Still all right? Yep. It's good because he's not fighting me. If he starts to fight me, I know I'm going too deep. But we're all good there. It's good, mate. Start to loosen right off. That's good. Still all right? Okay, we're going to come over to the medial hamstring now. Semimembranosus, semitendinosus. That's good. Good. Great. All right, that's all I need to do for that hamstring. Right, mate. Now, spin over onto your back. Do the piece of resistance for you. Come down a little bit further. That's it. All right. Now, in order to get these hamstrings unlocked, you're going to love this, mate. Let's just quickly check that in range again. Sorry, mate, I need to get there. So I'm going to hit this TFL because that's just obviously a little bit tight on your internal rotation of your hip. So when you're kicking the ball, obviously what will happen, and you're running, especially when you're playing basketball as well, you'll load up this muscle. Don't have to do much. That's it. You all right? Yep. Just making sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Right. That's good. Right, now. Sorry, mate, but I'm going to have to do a little bit on your adductor magnus. Yep. So, problem with hamstrings are when they, obviously, you're lucky to get 70 degrees on his sort of straight leg raise. So 9 times out of 10, if you've got that general tightness through the hamstrings, it's really guarded. Adductor magnus will be the one that's quite tight and it'll block the hamstring range of movement. So we'll do a little bit of work on this. You all right?
Yep.
It's just broad, mate. So, yeah. So if you've got people coming in with hamstring issues, especially just general tightness and load, you always have to work off that TFL and adductor magnus because they're the ones that will block the range of movement. And you'll be quite surprised, mate, how good your hamstrings will feel after this. So you were better off actually just having some soft tissue work as opposed to needling because, one, you haven't had the needling before, and when you really tighten your hamstrings like this, it can be pretty overpowering, the needling. Yeah, you're doing well, mate. That's good. Good work. Not even guarding against me. Yep, that's good. Beautiful. All right, relax for me. So what I want you to do is just let me know. Okay, so already that's much better. So we were here. Okay, that's good. Now, where are you feeling that when I do that? Are you feeling that in your calf?
Even like up close.
Yeah, okay. So now the next area is not your hamstrings, it's your calf, right? So hamstrings are out of the picture. Now we need to work the top of this calf.
Yeah.
That's what's restricting you the rest there. Yeah, that's so much better. Push down into my hand. Push, 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 push. Any pain or anything on that? No, that's all good. Relax, relax. Come back up. Calf. Yep. Okay, righto. Over you go. Again. All right, so this is how we work through this hamstring. We go to the next place that's restricted. It'll be his calf for sure. It'll be the top of his calf as well because I can feel it grabbing as we go into that straight leg raise. Zook. And you've obviously been talking about calf tightness as well. This is your kicking leg?
Yeah.
Right. Have you been doing anything extra lately?
I mean, not really for my...
Like you're playing basketball more, training more? Are you...
Well, I'm training 3 times a week. I used to
Right.
4 times, including school sport.
All right. So all you got to keep an eye on is your load. Okay. Yeah. So those increases in load, that'll make all the difference. Yeah. And that's all this is, mate. Just, it's just increased load. Yeah. So you're not dealing with an injury, but it's all load. So, but the problem is, the longer you leave it, the more tighter it gets. Yeah. That's when it starts to become an issue. Yeah. Yep. Couple of treatments of this, mate. All good. So you can feel the top of that calf. Yeah. You can feel how tight that is. Yeah. So I'm working this top. So that basically that gastro at the top there. That's where he's... Yep. And probably more so your medial part of your calf too, which is the inside. So I'm not using my thumbs here. Once again, it's up. So just being real specific on where I'm working. Top of that gastro. Yep. Here you going. You all right? You sure? You tell me. Well, I know he's all right because he's not backing against me. But once again, I've got to check in. It's not about smashing our clients and creating pain. Right. Beautiful. Spin over again, mate. We go again. So this is the process. We just keep going through this until we get rid of all that tightness. Come on. Got to lie straight for me, mate. Pelvis. Yeah. So it's a process of elimination. Obviously, we've cleared his pelvis. We know he hasn't got that. His hips are actually not too bad. So it's just this hamstring and this calf that's been so tight for so long. Obviously, that's where all this tonicity has started to come. Yeah. So back to the hamstring. Back to the hamstring. Calf not too... Okay, so you're not feeling the calf? Yeah. Okay, so if we go to here, right, which not bad. You're nearly at 90 now, which is great. But when I do that, are you feeling at the calf or the...
Yeah.
Right, okay, so it's back to the hamstring basically. So what we do is we spin you over, back to the hamstring again. Yeah, so the process is assess, treat, okay, until we get on top of that tonicity. So you're feeling it more down lower in your hamstring this time?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. So this is where we just get specific, all right? So we start trying to just unlock where all that tension is. I mean, you've already got a great change in your range, which is great. That's what we want. But we want to try and get that out. And then obviously you can start doing some stretches on that because stretching this at the moment probably won't get much change at all. It's just too tight. Down through there again. Yep. When are you training next or playing?
Well, I train Tuesday and I train Wednesday.
Right, okay. And then, hang on, so you train footy?
Train footy
Tuesday?
Thursday, and I'm playing Sunday.
Right. So you haven't got a lot of recovery there, mate. The other thing, you're 16, you're growing as well. That's also an issue. So obviously, if you've got increase in load and they're growing, that's where these niggles can come about too, mate. So recovery is important. There's a recovery day in there. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. Well, those Fridays and Saturdays, you should be just really taking it easy, okay? Because you've already got too much load on there. Okay. So I haven't once worked up his hamstring. I'm working down. I know that's going to do a lot of therapists' heads in. Now, you know, sometimes this can be what we call neural tension. So the nerves that supply your muscles, but this is not necessarily the case for you, mate. This is just increased tension and load via load. Right, spin over on your back again. We'll retest you. So we just keep going through this process until we're happy with the range of movement he's got, and things just start to plateau out. And that's the main thing that we want, is things to start to plateau out. Well, that's better for me. That's good.
Yeah.
Where are you feeling that now, if anything?
I'm like
Yep. So it's hard for you to say now, isn't it?
exactly.
Right. It's sort of here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's what we want. We want it to plateau out. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. That's about 90 now, considering we started here, and that's where your tension was. So obviously up to 90.
Yeah.
What we do here now is we could do some what we call active isolated stretching, where we just basically get you up. Okay. Feel the stretch. You contract your quads. 2 seconds, relax, back down again. Do it again, contract your quads, beautiful. Relax, down again. Again, contract, beautiful. Do it again. Get the idea.
Yeah.
Look how much your range is improving already, okay? Beautiful, so easy. So you would do that like about 20 times, but you would get a towel and you'd actually do it yourself like that. All right, so that's just in terms of hamstring load issues, trying to improve range of movement. Make sure you clear the hips out, make sure there's no issues there. Remember, adductor, magnus and TFL, really important. You notice a big difference just by clearing those out, and you don't have to spend hours on hamstrings. All good, be awesome.